Jaykumarji, page number 72.
In the notebook, PDF notebook, correct.
Yeah.
So I've been reading the mantra. I don't know if the mantra is there in the page or not.
Okay.
Yasse turi jananam
Yaseturi jananam
aksharam brahma yat param
aksharam brahma yat param
abhayam titishatam param
abhayam titirshatam param
nachiketa gumshake mahi.
nachiketa gumshake mahi.
Yeah. So here, continuation of the previous mantra. So Ritam Pibantau talked about the Jiva and Paramatma. Recall the last mantra, number 1. Jiva and Paramatma. Jivatma and Paramatma as though entered the heart, right? Two entities have entered the heart. One is called Jivatma and one is called Paramatma. One is enjoying karma phalam, bhokta, experiencer. The other is just watching. Just watching. Okay? That is what we saw, right? In the last mantra. And then in this mantra, continuation of that thought process, okay, that idea. And what is the thing? Yaha setuhu ijanana. Ijanana means those who are yajamanana. So what is Shankaracharya says? Yajamanana. So those who are given to doing Vedic rituals. Okay. So it may be hard for us to relate to such people because we may not be doing much. But that was the norm in Vedic society. Is that Brahmana, Kshatriya, Vaishya, they are all supposed to do. A Shudra can gain the same benefits of a Brahmana without doing Vaidika karma. That was how the norm society was. Just by virtue of his or her service, that person can gain Kaivalya. That is what was said. But Brahmana cannot escape, has to do karma. Okay. So therefore, he's here in this mantra. For such people, okay, Ijanana means Yajamanana, people who are given to doing Vaidika karma. Setuhu. Setuhu means bridge. What is a bridge? Nachiketa is the bridge. Nachiketa Agni is the bridge for them. Bridge to do what? Bridge to go to Swarga. Swarga is the goal. For all such religious people, Swarga is the goal. Okay. So that is the first part. That is Yaha Setu Ijananam is the first quarter of the mantra. Then the last quarter of the mantra you should connect. Nachiketa Gum Shake Mahi. You connect the first quarter and the last quarter. That becomes the statement about the ritualist, if you want to call it. Then what are the second type of people? Aksharam Brahma Yat Param Abhayam Titirshtatam Param Shakemani. Okay. That is the second type of people. Who are they? They are Jnana Yogis. They have decided, because of Viveka Vairagyadi, they have decided that the limitations of karma phalam, and Swargam is also a karma phalam only, and therefore karma phalam by definition is anityam, and therefore what they want, aksharam brahma, means nirgunam brahma. Their sights are on nirgunam brahma, whereas other person's sights are on sagunam brahma. Sagunam brahma. Okay. Therefore, abhayam titishatam is all. For gaining that nitya abhayam, Nitya Abhayam is only possible when Atma is understood as myself. And what is that Atma? This is what we saw, right, in the last class. And Bhaashyam was done till the last Brahma Vidam Yat Param Ashrayam Aksharam Atmakhyam Brahma Tat Cha Jnatam Shakemahi Shaknuvantah. Till there we completed, right? Yeah. Let's read the final portion of this Bhaashyam. Parapare Brahmani
Parapare Brahmani
Karma Brahmavidashraye
Karma Brahmavidashraye
Veditavye iti Vakyarthaha
Veditavye iti Vakyarthaha
Etayoho eva.
Etayoho eva.
So I think your notebook may not have A. It will only say Tayoho eva. Okay, Tayoho is also fine. Tayoho eva
Tayoho eva
hi
hi
upanyasaha kritaha
upanyasaha kritaha
ritam pibantau iti.
Ritam pibantau iti.
So Bhagavan Shankaracharya is giving a summary of this whole mantra. Iti vakyarthaha. Iti vakyarthaha means this is the meaning. This is the meaning. What is the meaning? Parapare Brahmani karma brahmavid ashraye veditavye iti. Veditavye. So again, so this is veditavyam, veditavye, veditavyani. And so it is dual. Two things have to be known. Two things. Okay. And what are those two things? Parapare Brahmani. Brahmani. So we've never seen these words before. Brahman is always in ekavachanam, singular. Here Brahmani, napumsakam, nakaranta napumsakalinga. Brahman, Brahmani, Brahmani. That is how it goes. Therefore, here like karma, karmani, karmani. Same nakaranta, napumsakam, right? So Brahmani, two Brahmans have to be known. Vedita. Okay. What are those two Brahmans? Parapare. Correct? Paraparam, parapare, paraparani. So here again, dual, dvivachanam, prathama vibhakti. Okay. Parapare. Two kinds of Brahman. What are these? Parabrahman, Brahma and Aparabrahma. Correct? There are two kinds of Brahman. Really, Sarvam Khalvidam Brahma. But then we split it. We like to split everything, you know. And so you are forced to split. And so we are saying there are two kinds of Brahma. And one is called Nirgunam Brahma, which is also called Parabrahma. And then there is another one called Aparabrahma. Saguna Brahma is called Aparabrahma. So we are aware of these things. When you put attributes to Brahma, then that Brahma becomes Saguna Brahma, also called Ishvara, Bhagavan. Okay. So those two Brahmans, Parapare Brahmani, Veditavi, have to be known. That is the essence of this mantra Shankaracharya is saying. And he is giving further insight. What are these two Brahmas? They are Karma Brahmavid Ashraye. With. You see the word with, you know that it means one who knows is called a with. And what does this person know? Two people, two kinds of people are described. Karma with and Brahma with. Okay, there are two kinds of people. Those who know karma very well, means those who know all the rituals that are to be done and what is the purpose of each ritual, all that is done. And of course, they are following dharma. Dharma is not given up when karma is done. Dharma is done, punyam is gained, and further specific rituals are there. Okay, so such a person is called karma with, one and knower of all rituals. Okay, then another person is what? Brahma with. Brahma with. So he's saying they are knowers of Brahma. Knowers of Brahma directly. Nirgunam Brahma. Knowers of Nirgunam Brahma. These are the two people. Karma Brahma with Ashraye Parapare Brahmani. It's an adjective to Parapare Brahmani. Param Brahma Ashraya means support. This karma vidaha, they depend on Sagunam Brahma. Aparam Brahma. Means their whole life revolves around Aparam Brahma. Okay. Because you take Bhagavan out of their life, they don't exist. That is how their life is. They are all religious people. And so, karma vidash, they are karma vidashrayaha. And then the other people, what is this Param Brahma? Param Brahma is Brahma vidashrayam. Param Brahma is the support, is that on which this Brahma vid depend. People who know Brahma depend on Brahma. Obviously, Nirguna Brahma. People who know Brahma depend on Nirguna Brahma. So you can have sights on something, and that something has to be what? In this case, their sights are on Param Brahma. That is what is being said here. Karma Brahmavid Ashraye Parapare Brahmani Veditavye iti Vakyartaha. Okay, summarizing it like that. Now, this mantra, Aksharam Brahma is there. Okay, I see the words Aksharam Brahma in the second quarter, Yat Param and all it says. So, Nirgunam Brahma is stated, but Sagunam Brahma is implied by using the word Ijanana. The word Sagunam Brahma is not there in the mantra. Okay, okay, that we understand. Then, Tayoho or Etayoho, both are fine. Etad Artad. Tayoho eva Upanyasaha. He Upanyasaha Kritaha Ritam Pibantau iti. Shankaracharya is saying, hey, by the way, this is what was talked about in the previous mantra. Tayoho eva. Of those two alone, Upanyasaha Kritaha. A mention was made. It was introduced. These two Brahmans were introduced. Were introduced where Ritam Pibantau iti. Now you should not ask what is this Ritam Pibantau, because it is there in Kathopanishad, and that too, just one class ago we covered it. And it is a previous mantra. Ritam Pibantau Sukritasya Loke. And how come does it really say that? For that we have to look at this mantra once again. And if you can bring up that Anvaya that we did of that mantra, number 1, bring up the Anvaya. And that Anvaya is useful. We can grasp the meaning of the mantra from the Anvaya. Okay. What did we say? The subject is not given at all. And so we said Jivatma Paramatma. Now we said, right? The two entities called Jivatma and Paramatma, Ritam Karma Phalam Pibantam. They experience Karma Phalam. These two things. Okay. Then Sukritasya Loke. What do they experience? Sukritasya, Swayam Kritasya, Karma Phalam. Pibantau Bhavataha, we said. Then what? Where do they experience it? Loke. Loke, Shankaracharya said, Sharire. Right? Asmin Sharire, in this body itself. We are not talking about anything else in this world, just this body. Attention is on this body. Okay. Then what? Buddhau Guhaya. Guham Buddhau, Shankaracharya says. Pravishtau, they entered. Those two, Jivatma and Paramatma, entered the Buddhi. Parame Parardhe. Parame Parardhe. So Brahmasthane Hardakashe. This Hridaya, this particular physical heart, which is the place where Brahma resides, Hardakashe. Okay. This Jiva Atma and Paramatma entered. We saw that. Then Chaya Tapo Iva, Vilakshanau. But these two are opposites, like light and shadow. Okay? Like that, Brahma Vidaha Vadanti. Those who know say that. Those who know Brahma say that. Brahmajnanis say that. And also Karminaha, Panchagnaha, Yecha, Trinachiketaha, Vadanti. So those two were introduced. Tayoho eva hi upanyasaha kritaha ritam pibantau iti. In 1.3.1, it was introduced. Like that, Shankaracharya is reminding us. So there is in this Bhaashyam of the second mantra, The second half, right? Abhayam. Yatscha abhayam bhayashunyam samsaraparam titirshatam tartum ichchatam. Are you able to follow where I am? Tartum ichchatam. Yeah. So in some books, you will have tartum. 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 Sometimes you'll have Tarttum. Does your book say Ttum? Tartum, double ta. Tartum, double ta. Correct. Correct. So don't scratch it off. Don't say it's a mistake. Tartum, yeah. Tartum, one ta. But then there is a rule, Panini rule called Achor Rahabhyam Dve. And it says, in certain instances, when there is a repa, tar, preceded by a haswa, means a short vowel, the ta is a short vowel, and then when the raf is there, repa, then the following consonant will optionally get doubled. So both tartum and tarttum, both are correct. Okay, this is Sanskrit. Okay, and like for example, karta. How will you write karta? Karta. That's how you'll write karta, right? But kartta also is correct. Grammatically correct, Sanskrit, but that word is correct. Then Brahma. How will you write Brahma? Brahmaji, that Brahma, how will you write? Brahma. That is Brahma. Hmma also is correct. You'll find it in books. So when you find that in books, don't say there's a printing mistake. It's not a printing mistake. Okay, it's correct. So I just wanted to mention that. So that tartum, titirshatam. Okay, we saw all that in the last class. So in this mantra itself, Tirudhatu was there, correct? Did we cover all that? Tairna. Literal meaning is swimming, right? Crossing over. So we saw all the references to that word in this mantra itself. The second question of Nachiketa. Yeah. Okay, let's do the Anvaya of this mantra. Yaha. Okay. Yaha Nachiketaha Agni in brackets. Nachiketaha and Agni in brackets. Supply. Yaha Nachiketaha Agni Ijananam within brackets Yajamananam Setuhu Bhavati. Setuhu Bhavati. Yaha Nachiketaha Agnihi Ijananam Yajamananam Setuhu Bhavati. Bhavati supplied. Comma. Tam Nachiketam. Yeah, okay. Tam Nachiketam. Tam supplied. Nachiketam is Moolam. Tam Nachiketam. Within brackets. Nyatum Chetum Cha Shakemahi. Tam Nachiketam. Nyatum Chetum Cha Shakemahi. And Shakemahi supplied within brackets. So Nyatum Chetum Cha Shakemahi. All of those words in brackets. Full stop. Okay, somebody's unmuted. Pandiji, you can mute. Abhayam samsarasya param. Abhayam samsarasya param. Samsarasya supplied. Abhayam samsarasya param titirshatam brahmavidam, within brackets, titirshatam brahmavidam yat aksharam atmakhyam brahma, atmakhyam supplied, atmakhyam brahma param ashrayam bhavati, param ashrayam bhavati. So ashrayam bhavati onwards, we are going to supply many words. Param ashrayam bhavati, comma, further supplied. Tat brahma cha vayam jnatum, brackets close, cha vayam jnatum shakemahi. Yat aksharam atmakhyam brahma param ashrayam bhavati tat brahma cha vayam jnatum shakemahi. In the last section, ashrayam onwards till jnatum, everything is supplied. So let me read this once again. Yaha jiketaha agnihi hijananam yajamananam setuhu bhavati tam nachiketam jnatum chetum cha shakemahi. Full stop. Abhayam samsarasya param titishatam brahmavidam yad aksharam atmakhyam brahma param ashrayam bhavati kama tat brahma cha vayam jnatum shakemahi. Full stop. You see, in long sentences, all these punctuation marks make a difference, you know. Even a simple comma tells you where to stop, and it tells you some. So I hope all of you got it. Huh? So your homework will be to look at this sentence in Sanskrit and write it in English. Write the meaning of this sentence in English. All right. That completes mantra number 2. Sambandha Bhaashyam to mantra number 3. Tatra yaha upadhikritaha
तत्र यः उपाधिकृतः
samsari
संसारी
vidya vidyayoho
विद्याविद्ययोः
adhikritaha
अधिकृतः
moksha gamanaya
मोक्षगमनाय
samsara gamanaya cha
संसारगमनाय च
tasya
तस्य
tad ubhayagamane
तद् उभयगमने
adhanaha rathaha kalpyate.
साधनः रतः कल्प्यते.
Okay, let's pause with that. So this is the Sambandha Bhaashyam to the next mantra, Atmanam Rathinam. So a very famous mantra. The next 2 mantras are going to tell us what is called Ratha Kalpana. So some of you may have heard it. Ratha Kalpana means what? Comparing this body, mind, sense complex. This whole complex is compared to a chariot. A horse-drawn chariot with a charioteer and somebody else behind the charioteer. Who is the warrior who is going to do his or her duty in the battlefield. That's the imagery. Very popular imagery because in all our many places they have this picture on the wall. But this thing, they won't know much by Mahabharata, Bhagavad Gita and all, they won't know. Don't think karmanyevadikaraste ma paleshu kadachana ma karma palaheturbu ma te sangosto karmani and all will be written. Then you say, my God, you feel inferiority complex, What is this? They don't know any Sanskrit, they don't know any Bhagavad Gita, okay? And but that culture gives us that. Without knowing anything, you still imbibe all this. No, there is something about this. There is something about this. And so that knowing that anything deep, they have these pictures in our homes, And there are typically five horses. I saw a picture where there were 4 horses. I said, why pick 4? And so anyway, 5 would have been good and meaningful. I saw 2 pictures with 4 in it. I don't know, somebody playing mischief or not, I don't know. But normally our people don't make mistakes, especially our artists and all that, and our stapatis, they are crystal clear about this. They will not make mistakes like this. They won't do creatively, they will do something. No, their creativity lies in just expressing what our acharyas have, our rishis have told. Yeah, beautiful it is. Anyway, that Ratha Kalpana is going to be described in the next 2 mantras. Let's see what Shankaracharya says. Tatra. Tatra. Literal meaning is there. Tatra there. But Anandagiri and other commentaries say Tatra means Tayoho. Tayoho means what? Among the Jivatma and Paramatma. Jivatma Paramatmano. Oh, like that. Anandagiri tells us. So among those two, Yaha, the one who, there is one. Among the two, there is one who is what? Upadhikritaha samsari. Correct? Jivatma is a samsari. Paramatma is, we should not say samsari. That's why it was said, just watching, right? So, yaha upadhikritaha samsari asti. Okay. Upadhikritaha means what? Upadhi. We have to go back to the definition of upadhi. Samipe sthitva sviyan dharman upadadati iti upadhihi. So that which is near, not far away, near, and projects its qualities on something else is called upadhi. Correct? We saw the example of that crystal. A nice crystal clear crystal is there. Like a paperweight, a nice paperweight. Those days we used to have paperweight. I don't know these days whether they use it or not. But paperweight, clear paperweight is there. And then there is some other colorful object nearby. Colorful object. And then what happens? The color of the object appears to pervade this crystal, this glass tumbler, The glass tumbler looks red if you're watching from. That means what? Yeah, that example is given to say the flower is the upadhi for the glass, for the crystal. Means what? The qualities of the flower have fallen on the crystal as though, and the crystal has become red. Crystal has gained the attributes of the flower as though gained. Crystal is not red in color, but crystal appears red in color. This is the human problem also is going to be talked about like that. And so when the human being is talked about Jivatma, we say the body is the upadhi of this Jiva. That's it. So that means what? The qualities of the body are being projected on poor Atma. Atma is colorless, tasteless, soundless. All these things are there. And with everything is projected on the Atma. Avinashi Atma has become Vinashi. That is the kind of projection we have made, is what Vedanta is going to tell us. And so, that upadi kritaha samsari, that samsari, that person who is a samsari, the one who has samsara is called a samsara. Samsaraha asya asti iti samsari. Okay. And that person who is essentially Atma, but upadhi, Atma which has gained an upadhi. Okay. That samsari, Jivatma, among those two, what happens? Saha is not there. Vidya vidyayoho adhikritaha. Vidya vidyayoho adhikritaha bhavati moksha gamanaya samsara gamanaya cha. That person, that Jivatma who's a samsari, that person is now qualified. Person is qualified to do one of two things. One of two things. What are those two things? Moksha gamanaya, samsara gamanaya cha. Adhikritaha means qualified. Okay. Either the person can say, I want moksha, or the person can say, samsara gamanaya, I want samsara. This is very odd. Samsari cannot say, I want samsara. Correct? See, suppose you have a car. You can't say, I want a car. You can say, I want a second car, you can say, but you can't say, I want a car. You can't say. Okay? You have a refrigerator at home. You can't say, I also feel like I should have a refrigerator. No, nobody will say that. No, I want one in the bedroom. I want in this bedroom, I want a refrigerator. Kitchen, I want a refrigerator. Hall also, I want a refrigerator. That you can say. You want 3 refrigerators. Okay, that's not a problem. But what you have, you cannot want. Impossible. Impossible. You can't say, I want to have a child when you have 3 children. You can say, I want to have a 4th child. That's possible. But you can't say, I have no children, I want to have a child. Not possible. Therefore, how come the samsari wants samsara gamanaya? Hey, that means what? I want a better life. I want a better life. I want to, if I already have a better life, I want to maintain that better life. All that is part of this samsara gamanam. Correct? Samsara gamanaya cha. So, this samsari is adhikritaha, qualified to get either moksha or perpetuate samsara. Perpetuate means continue the samsara. And then how? How is he going to do that? Vidya avidya yoho. Moksha can be gained only through vidya, jnanam. And samsara, samsara can be gained through avidya means what? Can be maintained by not asking fundamental questions. By remaining ignorant, I will perpetuate samsara. That is the meaning here. Vidya avidya yoga. I think earlier Yama already said, Ve vidya veditavya. Did he say that? No. Shreyascha preyascha manushya that he said. And he also said, Duramete viparite vishuchi avidyaya cha vidyeti jnata. Correct? It's there in Kathopanishad only. Okay, you should not stare at me. I didn't have... No. This one. Duramete viparite vishuchi. Yeah, avidyaya mantare vartamanaha. Did we cover that mantra? Yeah, okay. That also is there. So, but I was referring to this Duramete. Duramete means what? This Vidya and Avidya introduced by Yama himself. Duramete. They're far apart, they're contradictory. So, that same Vidya and Avidya quoted by Yamadharmaraja, by Bhagavan Bhaashyakara is telling here. Vidya Avidya Yoho. Okay. Through Vidya and Avidya, this person has the choice of either getting moksha or perpetuating samsara. That's what is the meaning. Okay. And tasya Tad ubhaya gamane sadhanaha rataha kalpyate. Ubhaya gamane. That it is now the path, there are forks, it is forking now to two paths. And Ubhaya Gamanam is that either here or there. Which path do I take in order to mention that sadhanam? Sadhana, Ubhaya Gamane sadhana. And what kind of sadhana it is? Rataha kalpyate. This chariot is, the imagery of the chariot is given. Kalpyate, kalpana, imagined, is presented. A metaphor is presented. Correct? Metaphor, simile, figure of speech, comparison, analogy is presented. Kalpyate. Okay? That is the introduction Shankaracharya has given. Let's see what that is.
Guruji, that is fourth mantra in the second Valli.
Uh-huh.
The Duram Ete is fourth mantra, second
Ah,
Valli.
1 to 4. Okay. 1 to 4. 1.2.4. Okay. Yeah, in the introduction, Yama has given a lot for Nachiketa to think about. But Nachiketa seems to know all these things. And so for us to think about, right? That's what it seems to. Okay. Let's chant the next mantra. Atma.
Prasanna.
Yeah. Atmanam rathinam vidhi.
आत्मानं रथिनं विद्धिः
Shariram rathamevatu.
शरीरं रथमेव तु
Buddhim tu sarathim vidhi.
बुद्धिं तु सारथिं विद्धि
Manah pragrahameva cha.
मनः प्रग्रहमेव च
Again. Atmanam rathinam vidhi.
आत्मानं रथिनं विद्धि
Shariram rathamevatu.
शरीरं रथमेव तु
Buddhim tu sarathim vidhi.
बुद्धिं तु सारथिं विद्धि
Manah pragrahameva cha.
मनः प्रग्रहमेव च.
Yeah. So the mantra itself is fairly straightforward to follow. Atmanam rathinam vidhi. Vidhi means may you know. May you know. Okay. Not vidhi, not like buddhi. Okay. This is vidhi. It's a verb, not a noun. Vidhi. So may you know Atma to be the Ratha Swami. Means what? The owner of the chariot. Not the charioteer. The owner of the chariot who's sitting behind the charioteer. That person. That is the Jivatma for which the entire body and all is meant for. Okay? That person is called Rathi in this mantra. And therefore Rathinam is Dvitiya Vibhakti. So may you understand Atma to be that Rathi. Okay. Battery is draining. Okay. Atmanam Rathinam Vidhi. May you know the Atma to be this Rathi. Okay. Then what? Shariram Ratham Evatu. What about the body? May you look upon the body as the chariot. Or may you look upon the chariot, Ratha, as the body. Okay. Shankara will explain why so, why this the analogy is given. He's going to explain. We'll come to that. Buddhim tu sarathim vidhi. Then there is something called buddhi in this complex. And consider the buddhi to be the intellect. I mean, the buddhi is the intellect. Consider the intellect to be the charioteer of this chariot. Charioteer. Okay. Charioteer is different from the Rathi, right? The Ratha Swami, right? Okay. Then what? Manaha pragraham evacha. Pragraham means the reins, the rope with which you hold on. The charioteer holds on to the horses. That those ropes are called pragraham. Okay. So that consider that pragraham to be the mind. Consider the mind to be that. Okay, equate the two. That's what he's saying. Let me finish the whole analogy, right? The next mantra is going to come and we'll read it later. So, Indriyani, Hayan, Ahu, etc. So, Indriyani, Hayan, Ahu. Indriyani, 5 sense organs are the 5 horses of this chariot. Okay. And then what? Vishayans teshu gocharan. The pathways that these horses travel on, the roads they travel on, consider those to be the Vishayas, the objects of the sense organs of this human body, the objects that are pursued by this human body, by the senses. Okay? And then what? Atmendriya manoyuktam bhokte tyahut manishina. This complex, this body, mind, sense complex, which has been equated to a chariot, is considered to be a bhokta, experiencer. That is what is being said in these 2 mantras. Okay? The body, mind, sense complex is being equated to a chariot. Okay? This is what we're going to see. Okay, let's read the Bhaashyam. Tatra tam atmanam ritapam samsarinam rathinam rathaswaminam vidhi janihi shariram rathamevatu Ratha Baddha Hayasthaniyahi Indriyaihi Akrishyamanatvat Sharirasya. Yeah. Tatra. Tatra means what? There. There means what? In this mantra, which tells us this analogy, this simile is going to be given there. In this picturization of the human body, right? In that, tam atmanam ritapam samsarinam rathinam rathaswaminam vidhi jani. Vidhi, may you know, janihi. Shankara is using a synonym. With dhatu is using nyada. Jani, may you know. May you know. And so it is Madhyama Purusha. May you know. May you know what? Tam atmanam rathinam rathaswaminam. Atma. Let's first understand what this Atma is. Atma is not Paramatma. Atmanam here refers to what? Ritapam samsarinam. That Atma here refers to samsari. And who is that samsari? Shankaracharya is using a word which we are now used to. Ritam pibantau sukritasya loke, we saw. The one who experiences karma phalam. That person, ritapam, ritapaha. Ritapaha means what? Ritam pibati iti ritapaha. It's a very beautiful construct in Sanskrit. You can use a verb and then make a noun. Like Varadaha. You may have heard the name Varadarajan, etc. Right? Varada. That Varadaha is a name. Varam dadati iti Varadaha. Varam means boons. Whatever I want, he gives. Dadati. So whatever I want, he gives. Therefore, he is called Varadaha. Correct? Or Varada. Strilingam. Pulling. So Varad. So that is called Upapada Tatpurusha Samasa in Sanskrit students. Same thing here. Ritam Pibati. Karma Phalam experiences. Punjati. Ritam Pibati. So people will become Pa. And so Ritapaha, person, noun has become Ritapaha, one who consumes karma phalam, one who experiences karma phalam is called a Ritapa. And therefore, that Atma is equal to Ritapaha is equal to Samsari. Samsari word was introduced before. And so they're all identical, referring to the same person. And this Atma is what in the chariot? Rathinam Rathaswaminam. Consider that to be the Rathi. Rathi is Prathama Vibhakti. Rathinam becomes Dvitiya Vibhakti Ekavachanam. Because this thing is, Pratipadikam is Rathin. That's why you get Rathinam. So this Rathi is what? Rathaswami. Acharya, make sure we don't confuse this. Rathaswami means the owner of the chariot. The one for whom the chariot is meant for is a Rathaswami. Okay. So, Vidhi Janiki. May you equate the two. May you understand that this Atma, the Jivatma, is the Rathaswami. That is a part of this analogy. Okay. And then what? Shariram Ratham Evatu. Consider this body to be the chariot. Okay. And then Shankara is saying, why? Why you should do that? Why is it said like this? Ratha Baddha Haya Sthaniyahi Indriyahi Akrishya Manatvat. What is it? Shariras. Okay. See. Analogy. We use analogies all the time in our conversations. Time is like money. Time is like money. Correct? It's an analogy, right? Time is not money, really speaking. Time is time, money is money. But then analogy. Time is like money, if we say. What are we saying? We are trying to describe time using something I know very well called money. And here, there has to be something similar between time and money. Correct? Some similarity must be there. Otherwise, you can't use the statement. Time is money, you can't say. What is the similarity? Okay. Money can buy stuff. Therefore, money is precious and time also is precious. Time cannot buy anything. Okay. Money only can buy stuff. Okay. But that is dissimilarity. What is the similarity? Money can buy, therefore money is precious, and therefore time also is as precious as. So that similarity is there. There has to be samanya dharma between the two things. And what are these two things called? Time is what I want to describe to you, and time is called upameyaha. Upameyaha in Sanskrit. And money, everybody knows, and I'm going to use money to explain this time. Therefore, money is called upamanam. Upamanam. So just technical words. Upameyaha, upamanam, and then there must to be a samanya dharma between the two. Samanya dharma has to be there. And that whole presentation is called what? Upama. Correct? Upama. Upama means simile, analogy, comparison, figure of speech. All these are similar words. And so in Sanskrit, the minute Upama word is mentioned, you cannot walk away without saying Upama Kalidasasya. Upama Kalidasasya. We've had great poets and Kalidas. So there's a nice shloka. It says Upama Kalidasasya Bharave Artha Gauravam Dandinah Padalalityam Bhage Santi Trayo Guna. It means what? It describes all these poets. Upama, Kalidas. If you want to know about similes, you should study Kalidas. Just one after the other. You get similes. Your face is like a moon. Your face is moon, he will say. Yeah. So like this, constantly your mind is challenged by these similes. Then Bharave, Artha Gauram, etc. There are some, Kirata Arjuniyam was written by Bharavi. And so their qualities are described in that loka. So this is called Upama. This whole thing is called Upama. All right. And so Shankaracharya now, what are the three things needed to describe an Upama? Upameyaha is needed, Upamanam is needed, and Samanya Dharma is needed. You can't say he's very thin like an elephant, because there is no commonality. You can't say that. Some Samanya Dharma has to be. Sadrishyam must be. And so, Vikram is a lion. If you say Vikram is a lion means, yeah, some qualities of the lion are there with this boy. Okay? That's the meaning. And I told you the other day that particular boy that I met in Bangalore, and I don't know if I told you this, but let me repeat it, even if I said it. This boy, he's from Coorg, means he's born to parents who are from Coorg. And it seems Coorg people are just fighters. Fighters means nothing can stop them. This boy has the same genes. And you tell him to say ABCD, he's just running away, it seems. But he sees anything, some tree is there, he will climb the tree. And you could see anything, he will just break it into pieces. And the dog is coming and chasing. He goes in front. He chases the dog. He's not afraid of the dog. This is the kind of guy he is. And so that's what I was reminded of. And so here Shankaracharya is saying, look at this. Why Sharikiram Rathamevatu Ratha Baddha Hayasthaniyahi Indriyahi Akrishyamanatvat Shariras. That is because the Indriyas, see in the body, Hayasthani, see the horses, because the horses pull the chariot. First, number one, horses are pulling the chariot. Okay. That is this one, chariot. Chariot is Upameyaha or Upamanam?
Upamanam.
Upamanam. Because Upameyaha is? Body. Trying to explain the body through an example. Example is called Upamanam. And the actual thing being described is called Upameyaha. So because the horses are pulling the chariot, and because likewise our indriyas, our five sense organs are pulling the body as it were, taking the body to various places, Ratha Baddha Hayasthaniyahi Indriyahi, because this is sense organs which are in the place of the horses, which take the Ratha to various places, and the Indriyas take on the place of the Rathas, and Akrishya Manatvat, because the commonality is what? Being pulled. Being pulled is a commonality between these two. That is why the body is equated to a Ratha. That is what it is. See, Shankaracharya is very formal, right? He's making sure we understand what an Upama is. And so that Samanya Dharma has to be given.
Being pulled is the Samanya Dharma.
Being pulled is the Samanya. Because later on he has to come to Indriyas. He has to say Indriyas is equal to horses. That's going to come. But so just the pulling part, Akrishya Manatvat. Sharirasya Akrishya Manatvat. Being pulled. What is being pulled? Sharirasya. Body. Body is being pulled by the sense organs, just like the chariot is being pulled by the horses. And so we can call the body as a chariot, Ratha. Okay. So in this process, we understood what an Upama is. Upama requires three things. Upameyaha, what I am going to describe. Upamanam, how I am going to describe what I am going to describe. And Samanya Dharma must be there. Sadrishyam must be there. Some similarity must be there. The more the number of similarities, better the simile. Correct? That also. And then they talk about two. This is all Alankara Shastra. Okay. Our Haripriya ji is studied Alankara Shastra. Alankara means embellishing the writer with these similes. It makes. There is Artha Alankaraha, there is Shabda Alankaraha, then there is Artha Shabda Alankara. Shabda Alankara is what? Just making the word appear in different ways. It's called Shabda Alankara. Then Artha Alankara. Somehow making a way to tell you the meaning of a word by giving an example. Yeah, an example does wonders. And so that is called Artha Alankara. Here we are in the category of Artha Alankara. Okay. Like this, there is all this, they have some 120 different types of Artha Alankara, that which we don't have, we're not going to study. And so that is all Alankara Shastram. So somebody says, I did Alankara Shastram, this is what they're referring. Okay, let's read the next part of the Bhaashyam. Buddhim tu Adhyavasaya Lakshanam
Lakshanam
Sarathim Vidhi.
Sarathim Vidhi.
Buddhi, you can put a full stop there if it is there, that's fine. Buddhi Netru Pradhanatvat Sharirasya Sarathi Netru Pradhanaha Iva Rathaha. Yeah. So now he's going to tell us the third quarter. First two quarters are over. So that Atma and Sharira have been compared to the owner of the chariot and the chariot, respectively, in the first half. Now, Buddhim tu Sarathim Vidhi, says Yamadharma Raja. And so he's saying, Buddhim tu Adhyavasaya Lakshanam Sarathim Vidhi. Shankaracharya is describing what Buddhi is. So mind, in general mind, right, in our Shastram, the mind's faculties are divided minimum into two. Minimum. Buddhi and Manas. Buddhi is the intellecting faculty, deciding faculty. Manaha is a vacillating and faculty, provides all the ragadveshas, etc. That is mana. But Buddhi finally decides. In some contexts, it is divided further off. Mano, Buddhya, Hankara, Chitta, Ninaham. Right? So Manaha, Buddhi, Chittam means memory, and Ahankara. Further, that I thought, Karta. Okay, all that is part of this brain complex, mind count. Okay. Here only two, Buddhi and Mana. That's all. So Shankaracharya is saying, Buddhi means what? Adhyavasaya Lakshanam Buddhim. Lakshanam, characterized by, Lakshana means defined by or characterized by Adhyavasaya. Adhyavasaya means Nischaya Shilam. The deciding faculty, decision-making faculty, characterized by decision-making. Adhyavasaya means, I want to do this. That is called, that decision is made. And so, a lot of options are there. One option is finally chosen. That chooser is the Buddhi. And who is that? Buddhim tu Sarathim Vidhi. So now, the Buddhi of the body is compared to the charioteer of the chariot. Yeah, Sarathihi. And then what? Why? Why is this connection made? Buddhi Netru Pradhanatvat Sharirasya Sarathi Netru Pradhanaha Iva Rathaha. Like that is. No, look at the language, how they write. Casually, they write all these things, and we have to scratch our head. What is going on? Even though I understand the analogy, still I don't understand the Sanskrit sentence. That is how it feels sometimes. But no, I think it's not that common. Sharirasya buddhi netru pradhanatvat. That is one. Then Sarati netru pradhanaha iva ratha. So there is the chariot and there is the body. In the body, what? Sharirasya buddhi netru pradhanatvat. Netru, the leader. Who is the leader? Who is leading this body to various places in life? Well, it's the buddhi. Buddhi, it's that deciding faculty. Finally, the buddhi decides. And therefore, buddhi is considered to be the one that leads the body, takes the body to various places in life. Therefore, that is the buddhi, netru pradhanatvat. And then, what about the chariot? Well, the charioteer is a key person in this game, because the charioteer is so important. He only can control where the chariot goes. He decides. Okay, he decides. He's critical. That's why in the war, they will try to attack the charioteer. They will try to name that person. And therefore, because even without the Ratha Swami, this charioteer can do a good job with the chariot, can fight the war. So the charioteer is very critical. So what is the commonality? What is the Samanya Dharmam here?
Netrupadam.
Netritvam.
Is a Samanya.
Leadership.
The ability to lead. Correct. Leadership, you can say. Okay. That is the Samanya Dharma. And the Upameyaha is?
Upameya is
Buddhi.
Sarati.
Buddhi.
Upameya is buddhi.
Still scratching our head. The buddhi is still scratching and thinking, what is Upameya? What is Upameya? Finally, the buddhi has to say, Upameya is?
Upameya is buddhi.
Upameya is buddhi. Buddhi only can say that. Okay. And Upamanam is?
Sarathi.
Sarathi, chariot. Okay. Okay, let's read the next part. Sarvam hi dehagatam karyam buddhi kartavyameva prayena manaha sankalpa vikalpadi lakshanam pragraham rashanam vidhi manasa vidhi nasto vidhi, that's it. Manasahi pragrihitani shrotradini karanani pravartante rashanaya iva ashvaha. Rashanaya iva ashvaha. Very good. So Shankaracharya is one more comment he's making about the buddhi netritva, right? And he's saying, Sarvam hi deha gatam karyam. All karyams, all things, all activities done by this body, by this person, deha gatam. He's talking about, I did something with my hands and legs and I moved somewhere, etc. I cooked means I used my hand, etc. So deha gatam karyam. Sarvam hi buddhi kartavyam eva. Buddhi kartavyam. It is decided by the buddhi only. And buddhi only decides what is to be cooked today, what is to be had today, all those things. And prayena, he says. Prayena. Shankaracharya knows what? What does he know?
Free will.
Huh? Prayana means
Probability.
in general. Okay, let me in general.
It is not decided by the.
He is assuming people use free will.
Illa. So prayana means in general.
In
Let
the,
me-
most of the time it is decided by the mind.
Mostly.
Mostly. Why does he say mostly? One more clue. So one more chance I give.
Because they are
Then-
swarga.
Huh?
A lot of other autonomous
Autonomous activities are there. Reflex action is there. And the things where free will is not needed. We don't use free will all the time. Don't think we're already all the time using free will. Suppose a doctor taps your knee just below the kneecap. He does like this. What happens? You kick the doctor.
Instinct.
You kick the doctor?
Knee jerk reaction.
Doctor is right there in front. And how can you kick the doctor? In fact, that's not correct. It's disrespectful. But nobody says it's disrespectful. Why? Because no free will was involved in that kick. And so, Shankaracharya is saying, prior, there are some activities. Eyes blinking of eyelids are happening. There's no free will involved. And that's why they say, these days, everybody is staring at the computer and this WhatsApp, and eyes are getting dry because eyes are constantly staring. You're forgetting to blink. Poor thing, this autonomous activity which is supposed to naturally happen is being stopped from happening. And so you have to keep putting these eye drops all the time. Anyway, so prayed, look at that. That's the meaning of prayed. Words. There are other actions, involuntary actions, mechanical actions, reflex actions, etc. Therefore, in general, it is true. And then he's coming to Manaha, the fourth quarter of the month, right? Manaha, he's defining. So to find the definition of Manaha, where will you go?
Tattvabodha.
Tattvabodha. Go to Tattvabodha. Manah kaha, sankalpa vikalpa makam manaha. Same thing here. Sankalpa vikalpadi lakshanam pragraham rashanam vidhi. I want to attend the Kathopanishad class tomorrow morning. Buddhi. No, I'm busy. Should I really attend it? Manaha. No, but it's only once a week. I must attend. Buddhi. It's so early in the morning. Really, can I get up? I'm sleeping at 12. Can I really get up at so early? Manaha. So, sankalpa, vikalpa, atmika, manaha. So, until the guy decides, it is constantly going to happen. Back and forth, pros and cons. No, but everybody's at classes. If I don't attend, how look, manaha. Okay? And 26 people are there. Not bad, really, I'm telling you, because these online classes, attrition is very high. It will start with 50, and within a few days, it will be 5. Okay? So I'm very aware of that. And so that manaha is what? Sankalpa vikalpadi lakshanam. Characterized by this vacillation. Sankalpa, I must do. Vikalpa, no, I should not do. That is called vacillation, is called mind. Adi, he's saying Adi. You can attribute other things, feelings, emotions, everything. Whatever mind does, it's called manaha. Then what? What Shankaracharya has to do now?
He has to say the upamana.
Comparison.
What should he say now? Oh, okay. Manaha pragraham. No. Upamana. What is this? Okay. Pragraham. Correct. I did not explain this. Pragraham rashanam vidhi. May you understand mind to be pragraham. And Shankaracharya says rashanam. Rashanam vidhi. Rope, string, reins, whatever. Rashana is used in context. So in that analogy, that reins, R-E-I-N-S, called pragraham. And now he has to tell us
Samanya Dharma.
Samanya Dharma, he has to tell us Manasahi Prakriti Shrotra Vartante Rashanaya Iva Ashwaha. Ashwaha. In the chariot, Rashanaya Pragrihitaha Ashwaha. The horses are held by these ropes, by these reins, okay? And that is the upamanam. And then what is the upameyaha? Manasahi pragrihitani shrotradi. These sense organs, shrotradi, shrotram, chakshuhu, rasanam, granam, ityadi, these sense organs, pancha indriyani, pragrihitani, are held very well. Are held very well by what? Manasahi, indeed by the mind. Means what? Without the mind, the sense organs are useless. That is why I can be in the class, but not hear one word that is being spoken. Correct? Why? Because the mind has taken off. It's gone on a separate trip. Oh, today is their birthday and they called us. Oh, it's going to be a lot of fun, etc. Here, all this Upanam, Upameya, Samanya Dharmam, all this is happening. No, nothing. No words are being heard. That manas is not there behind. Therefore, manasahi, tritiya vibhakti ekvachan. By the mind alone, the sense organs are properly held, literally meaning, but properly operated. A pravartante, the senses function in the presence of the mind only. Rashanaya, Rashanaya, Rashanaya va Ashwa. Just like the horses are being held by the ropes. Held by, put in brackets. Not there. Rashanaya pragrihitaha. You can put that in brackets. Iva Ashwaha. Okay. Good. So we studied a lot here. We talked about Upama, Shankara Shastram, this and that. And so Shankara is carefully explaining why. He has to explain why. In a Bhaashyam, that if people don't know why the analogy is given, then the analogy will not be useful. Therefore, he is making sure we understand the reasons behind this simile, this comparison. Okay, let's do the other. Okay, Tvam Atmanam Tvam Atmanam Samsarinam Rathinam Rathaswaminam Vidhi. Tvam Atmanam Samsarinam Rathinam Rathaswaminam Vidhi. Tvam Samsarinam and Rathaswaminam supply. Full stop. Okay. Shariram Rathamevatu. Same thing in the Mulam. Shariram Rathamevatu. Iti Vidhi. Iti Vidhi. Full stop. Okay. Next. Buddhim tu Sarathim Vidhi. Buddhim tu Sarathim Vidhi. See, I forgot to tell one. It's called two types of alankaras. I mean, Artha Alankara, Shabda Alankara, but the another way, another categorization. There is Upama Alankara and Rupaka Alankara. Upama means time is like money. It's called Upama Alankara. Like. If you take the word like out, time is money, if you say, it is called Rupaka Alankara. Finally, both mean the same thing. Finally, both mean the same. But in Alankara Shastram, they are not the same. One, because the word like is used in one case, in the other case, is an equality. You are essentially saying that time is equal to money. And so there is that subtle difference. And in this mantra, which type of alankara is being used? Upama alankara, rupaka alankara.
Upaka. Upaka.
Upakalankara.
Iva is there, no?
Rupaka alankara is used because the word Iva is not there at all. In fact, Eva is there. Ratham Eva is there. Not Iva. Iva means like, Yatha. That word is not there. Okay. Therefore, this is Rupaka alankara. Okay.
Iva Ashwaha.
Iva Ashwaha is there.
Last two words.
See, in the Mula mantra, Iva is not there.
Mula mantra is not there, only the Bhaashyam.
Iva is there because Iva has to be there. These two are not identical anyway. But the Moolam is talking about a Rupaka.
Eva is there. That itself only.
Eva is opposite of Iva. Okay, correct. Okay, Buddhim tu saratin vidhi, full stop. Next, Manaha pragraham eva cha iti vidhi. Manaha pragraham eva cha iti vidhi supplied. Okay, let me read the whole thing again. Swam atmanam samsarinam rathinam rathaswaminam vidhi. Shariram ratham eva tu iti vidhi. Full stop. Buddhim tu saratim vidhi. Full stop. Manaha pragraham eva cha iti vidhi. Full stop. Om Purnamadav Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Harihi Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Harihi Om.